Text Through the Veil by Lady Moonwater. Lacey and Kara have been friends since last semester's science class, and again, have found themselves in a few of the same classes. They both had language arts as their first block class, their favorite next to art and biology. They always sat front center together, and were noticeable if one or both of them were absent. It was nearing winter, so the fog was thickening around town. Lacey had taken her car to school that day, and was able to make it a little before the first bell. She felt a buzz and pulled out her phone. It was a message from Kara. "Hey, gonna be late to first block. It's so foggy, the bus is going slow. See you there." "Okay, I made it just before the dreaded bell tolled." With a smile, she slid into her desk and reserved her friend's seat by placing her backpack into the chair next to her, just as the second bell rang, signaling the beginning of class. Remembering the strict no phones rule, she glanced at her phone one more time before putting it into her bag. Still no text from her. Hope she gets here soon, Lacey thought to herself as the teacher, Miss Eula, began class. After attendance was taken and the day's instructions were explained, Lacey took another peek at her phone. It had been 15 minutes since class started, and her friend still hadn't arrived yet. A text! "Hey, I made it. Where are you, though? Miss Eula's still not here yet." "I thought you said you were here already." Lacey reread her friend's text, confused. What? She looked around for Kara but didn't see her, and instead locked eyes with the teacher, who was now sitting at her desk, grading last week's stories assignment. She smiled back nervously, trying to hide her phone in the pages of her workbook. Faking an answer, she speed texted her back. "What are you talking about? Class has started and teacher is at her desk. My bag is still in your seat. Are you in the right room?" "Yes, I am sure I'm in the right room, and the right desk, waiting for you." "But I don't see you. I've been here since class started." "Really, Lace, where are you? This isn't a funny joke. You're starting to scare me." Kara had sent a selfie of her at her desk with an anxious-looking smile. Lacey moved her eyes to the background. It was all hazy and dark, nothing like the classroom she was in. Then she noticed something else. What is that in the desk behind her? It wasn't until after she sent the photo, Kara realized that the usually colorful and inspiring classroom was now all faded and dingy. She looked around and saw that no one else was in there either. She thought back to earlier that morning when she sleepily stepped onto her bus. She lived an hour away from school, and so had to be present at the bus stop at 6:50 a.m. In order to retain some semblance of consciousness for her first class, she'd always slept the whole drive, tossing and turning with every bump and pothole. Adding to her discomfort, this morning there was a thick fog descending, which caused an immense chill on the bus. She'd wake up every now and then, rolling over and trying to stay warm. As soon as the bus crossed over town lines, she shifted upright and slid to the window, as if on autopilot, ready for the next group of kids. Not that anyone would sit next to her anyway, no one ever did. Repositioning to fit her knees between her and the seat in front of her, she proceeded to scroll through her phone to avoid eye contact with the new batch of students now boarding. Because of this, she noticed they were running a little late. She swiped to her messages and selected a chugged-up hamster picture with the tag name Lacey Dress. She shot her friend a quick text. "Hey, gonna be late to first block. It's so foggy, the bus is going slow. See you there." When she finally arrived at the school, she rushed through a tunnel of lace-white steam to the front doors, anxious to get to class. Inside, she hurried down the halls like the others who got off the bus with her. Lacey messaged that first bell had already rung, so naturally everyone would be in homeroom and not loitering in the halls. Unless you're running late like me, that is, Kara concluded as she walked. She entered her classroom and took her seat, inhaling a sigh of relief. She hated being late and missing instructions. Hopefully, Lacey had paid enough attention and would explain the assignment to her. Withdrawing her Chromebook and class binder, Kara paused. Now that she had slowed down, she noticed that Lacey wasn't beside her. Hey, I made it. Where are you, though? Miss Eula's still not here yet. I thought you said you were here already. Since the teacher wasn't there, she kept scrolling through her phone, music blasting through her toxic green headphones. What are you talking about? Class has started, and the teacher is at her desk. My bag is still in your seat. Are you sure you're in the right room? Yes, I'm sure I'm in the right room. And the right desk. Waiting for you. But I don't see you. I've been here since class started. Getting annoyed now, Kara posed for a selfie of her at her desk with an irritated smile. She never liked taking selfies, and never thought she looked any good in any of them. She much more preferred to be on the other side of the camera. Really, Lace, where are you? This isn't a funny joke. You're starting to scare me. After she sent the photo, her eyes drifted to the background and realized the usually colorful and inspiring classroom was now all faded and dingy. She glanced up and surveyed the room. It was so dismal, and she was alone. Of course you can't see me. You're not here. Who is that behind you? Kara. Hey, I made it. Where are you, though? Miss Eula's still here. Still here not yet? What? Reread.